Now, in today's video, I'm gonna be explaining the number one reason why business loan applications get denied. Now, I see a lot of this data, right? The biggest mistake most people make is that people apply to lenders and financial institutions and banks out of desperation. And so you never want to approach a financial institution seeking financing out of desperation. Now, what do I mean by desperation, right? So either you have bad credit, you have no assets or cash flow, or you have no positive data points to present to a lender, right? No business plan. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind as well, you have to approach the banks and the lenders as a partnership, right? Because at the end of the day, banks are for profit. They're in it to make money. So when you're approaching a bank out of desperation, like I really need this money, you're already presenting yourself as a huge liability and a lot of risks. Banks spend a lot of time trying to avoid risks, loaning money to borrowers who actually have the ability to repay. And that's the main thing. You have to convey that you have the capacity to repay. Otherwise, why are you taking out the loan? One thing that you can do, and this is the strategy that I personally use, and this is the way that I'm able to get a lot of access to financial resource, credit cards, lines of credit, loans. Now, basically building a banking relationship and getting approvals from the bank is no different than fishing. So when you're fishing, you have a hook and you put bait on the hook, you put it in the water and the fish come and they get hooked on the bait and you reel it in. The same thing when it comes to banking relationships. Right? The bait that you're presenting to the bank to get money from the bank is going to be your cash flow, your deposits, or you have good credit, good track record of repaying. Banks love that because if you can show that you have the ability to repay, they're going to feel more comfortable giving you the money. Let's say I have deposits, put $1,000 in the bank. So you're actually helping the bank because you're increasing the bank's lending capacity because the bank's going to lend your money out 10 times over. That's the bait, right? Your deposits, your cash flow, that's the bait to get the money. You're basically using money to attract more money. When you're building that relationship, just go park some money into a checking account. That's the basic step. Park money into a checking account. Maybe let it sit for 30 days or 90 days, 60 days, whatever. My rule of thumb is 90 days, but to each their own. So you have that money sitting. So what's that conveying? You have money already. You're already coming to the table with something that the bank wants, and that's deposits. And also by letting the money sit, you don't look thirsty. You don't look desperate. So banks have, your average daily balance, and they look at your average daily balance over a 90-day period. So if your average daily balance is either staying the same or growing over that 90-day period, that's conveying to the bank that you're not thirsty or desperate for money. And it makes it much easier for them to feel comfortable loaning you more money. So you use your deposits to attract the credit cards, the lines of credit, all the other services and products that the bank offers. That's pretty much the strategy that I've utilized for the past couple of years. The banks are going to feel more comfortable doing business with customers who already have money. You want to be an asset to the bank. You use your own deposits and other positive data points, good credit history. Maybe you have a business with, a track record of, certain amounts of revenue, and you use those positive data points and deposits to attract more money. After you've kind of maxed out the relationship at the bank, that's basically when you can take some of those deposits, move it to another institution, rinse and repeat.